Ah.
I wish I could do something for you. This is just a little heaven on earth.
So there's something that you could do for us, Mary. We'd like to know a little bit about your life story. Would you mind sharing a little bit about your story?
Well,
We know that you're born 96 years ago.
I was born in Shanghai, China.
Shanghai, China.
My father was the third son of the Shang Hun dynasty. But back in those days, the dynasty ruled China. They were the ruling party. And he was the youngest one of the three sons. And he met a missionary, and he wanted to follow the missionary's way, but if he had stayed with his family, he would have been killed. So he left Shanghai and went down into the southern China and worked with the missionary. And then while he was there, he met one of the English missionaries who was working there, and they got married, and I'm here. But when they found out that he had married a British missionary, they sent out a troop to kill him. And he knew that he was going to die, so I was about, I think they told me I was only about a few days old. And he gave me to my mother and told her to fly to England. And they killed him because he had left the Chinese religion. But then they tried to it was during the war. So they tried to get me to America, to Britain, but Britain wouldn't accept me because I was Chinese. So a missionary coming back to America said she would take me, but she had a hard time because the seas were full of ships, you know, they were fighting the war. And she had a hard time, but with help from the different people, she did get me to the customs agent in San Francisco. And when I was there, nobody would take me because I was Chinese. I was from China. So the customs agent, he had to leave, and he left me sitting on the bench on the customs, and I was only 3.5 years old, and he said I just sat there, but somebody came along and saw me, and this is what I was told. Now, I can't tell you because I'm too little, but this is the way they told me when I came here. And so another missionary came by and said she was coming to America, and she would bring me. But the American customs didn't want me because I was Chinese. So they had to go through a lot of procedures, and I was only 3 years old when they brought me over. But I'm an American now. And I had a hard time because they put me in, have you ever heard in Pennsylvania, they call them the Pennsylvania Dutch?
Pennsylvania Dutch.
And they were very strict. They wouldn't allow anybody in their area even that didn't believe like they did. So when they found that I wasn't, the missionary had no other place to take me, so they said that they would take me. But this is the wonderful thing about it all. You remember when Jesus was crucified, he was scourged? And years afterwards, after I met him, I was grieving one day because I read in the Bible about sharing the afflictions of Christ, and I hadn't anything I could share with him. And he brought to my mind that I had been brought to this home, and they scourged me with a real scourge. It had thongs on it and things in the leather thongs that would cut my skin, and they used it every night and every morning to drive the devil out, Chinese devil out of me. And I took that until I was 3 years old. And then they got to the place where they used a heavier regular whip. But I have that I can share with him. They scourged him and they scourged me, and that makes me part of it. You know, isn't it beautiful how he takes the things you don't expect, the things that you wouldn't ask for, and then he turns them into something so beautiful that you just thank him for it. I mean, I'm going on my 96th year, but I tell you, I wasn't saved until I was 16, but I wouldn't give back one single year. It's been heaven on earth ever since. And now he's made it almost like heaven in my room. Because you come here and you sing all those beautiful hymns and songs that I sing to myself because I have known them so long. But I just want to say, I don't know how to say it, but I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time to come here and sing those beautiful hymns. It's like being home all over again. So thank you with all my heart. I don't know how else to say it. I wish I could do something for every one of you, but all I can do is just love you.